Hey everyone, welcome back to the gardening channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we dive into the dirt, I want to give a massive thank you to all of you who have subscribed, liked videos, and shared your own growing journey in the comments. Your support is what keeps this channel growing, literally. I would still be doing this, but it's so much more fun to share it with everybody and to document the progress along the way. If you're interested in starting your own channel, I would highly suggest doing that. Today, we're performing a precision graft on two very special dragon fruit varieties. We're working with this Rosita SF dragon fruit we got from Alex Tasting before he moved his farm. And he has a YouTube channel, so I'd highly suggest you go over there and subscribe and show your support. Tell him the gardening channel sent you. And I'm also going to be grafting this Rosita SF. It's a specific variety that was created by Wilford over at Ox Farm. So Wilford is a legend in the community now, and we'll be dropping a link into his website in the description. When the season is in full swing, you can head over there to buy your own cuttings or even taste the fruit of some truly rare varieties. So, to make sure these grafts take, I'm using these Forever Gem hair sharper blades. I put an Amazon affiliate link in the description. If you pick up some on that link, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. I use these for a very special reason. We'll get into that right now. So, the safety of this tool is super important. This is a very sharp blade, so use extreme caution. Now, a huge disclaimer before we start. These are professional grade Japanese stainless steel blades. They're extremely sharp. In the grafting world, we have a saying, it's not a question of if you'll get cut, but when and how bad. So please handle these with absolute focus. However, that danger comes with a massive benefit. Because these blades are thin and sharp and surgically sharp, they've created this perfectly smooth, clean cut. If you use a dull knife or a thick graft tool, you risk crushing the plant tissue or creating stairs in the flesh. A clean cut from a blade like this means the vascular cambium, which is the heart of the plant, aligns perfectly, leading to faster healing and a much higher success rate for your graft. I also have a Sharpie to label the graft. Now, because I'm documenting this, I'm not going to have to label it like I traditionally do and reference it later. I have the video to reference now, and that's actually one benefit of making your own videos. Even if you don't make them public, you can make them private, upload them for free onto YouTube. They don't charge you to hold that space, so take advantage of it. It's free, and thank you Google for that. Now, I'm just labeling these RSF, but typically I will label them with the date and the number on it. So if I have more than one seedling, I'll number it 1 through 10, for example. I know that Richard from Grafting Dragon Fruit has a ton of soon to 7 seedlings, so stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for what's to come in the grafting world. Okay, so step 3 is prepare the scion, but we need to make sure that we have all our supplies. This is tape. I've seen backyard dragon fruits use different tape, like that blue, I think it's like a Scotch tape or something like this. This is what rare dragon fruit uses, Richard uses, and I like using it too. It's not that expensive. It's 3M. It's a great company. So I'll link that in my Amazon storefront as well if you want to pick that up, but it's not necessary. You can go over to Backyard Dragon Fruit's YouTube channel and look at the tape he uses, and I think that's quite common for people to pick up. This tape might be a little bit harder if you're not like an Amazon freak. Anyways. Okay, so I usually make the tape preparation is key to success. So I'm making these little lines, and they're going very long. So they're almost like 2-inch lines that are thin. If I have a thicker graft, I'll make wider tape cuts. But right now I have very small seedlings, so they need to attach to the seedling, so they can't be too big, or else they'll just wrap around the whole seedling. And then I cut all the way across here. A little tip is you can actually fold the bottom portion of this so it's easier to hold and it doesn't stick to your fingers. Sometimes when I first started grafting, and even now, I still make mistakes. So practice, practice, practice. Practice does not make perfect, but it will make you better at grafting. So let me see here. Cleanliness is everything. Even with a new blade, make sure your workplace is sterile. And then the rootstock cut, we're preparing our base. So notice how the blade slides through like butter when we cut that paper. There's no saw motion needed. And now you have to take the Rosita SF cutting. We want to expose that central core, or we can take the lower portion underneath these little leaves and use that portion, and then use the tape and those leaves to our advantage. So when we slice it, we want to slice horizontally. We don't want to push into the seedling, because that will cause it to bend and won't have a flat surface to adhere to the rootstock. So notice as I cut this, I'm sliding the blade down, and you also notice I'm not cutting away from me, I'm cutting towards me. That's a key skill to learn when you're grafting. Even if you're grafting other things like mangoes, I always use the blade and cut towards me. I have more precision that way. So now you can see really close up here what it looks like. It's a flat, flush cut. And pardon the lighting, it's not perfect, but I'm trying to do my best here. So now, from graft to trellis, right? So you want to cut this portion of the rootstock. These are young rootstocks. So it's been rooted already in a gallon container, and I'm going to cut horizontally with gravity. I'm not going to cut horizontally according to how the rootstock is growing, because I want a flat surface so it doesn't tip over. This is not necessary. If you want to and you have the skill, you can, but lately I've been practicing that way. So you want to cut horizontal to gravity so there's no angle. And I'm also cutting close to the base of this branch here. You'll notice these razor blades, one downside is they have that lip. Basically, I lift up the other side of the cutting and I push that lip underneath, and then I can slide it all the way through. Now I have a nice clean cut. Right here you see the cambium layer, and that's where the life force of the plant is. That's where all the nutrients kind of exchange. Now I'm going to apply the tape. My goal is to apply the tape as close to the seedling growth as I can. I don't want to apply it to the outside of the leaf, because that's not where it needs to maintain that adhesion to the rootstock. And you can see how sticky this tape can be. So it does make sense to fold the tips of the tape, but I usually am pretty careful and handle the tape relatively lightly here. Now I'm attaching it. It's pretty easy to attach. Sometimes you're not gonna get this flush thing on the Scion, so you have to work with it a little bit. And then when I first started trying this method that I learned from Richard from grafting dragon fruit, I did notice that I was having troubles with breaking the leaves on the outside, and then I would have to make a horizontal cut on the actual seedling and do like a flesh cut, and then I'd attach it to the rootstock, which is totally fine. Okay, so I'll give you a close-up shot here so you can see it. Now this is completely done, but I would encourage you to add a little bit more tape, because sometimes the tape can get loose over time. Now we're about 10 minutes into this video, so I just want to take a break and say thank you for getting this far into the video. If you like this video so far, please hit the like button. I'm going to do another graft after this one, and then I'll show you another graft that we have successfully done earlier in the year, and we're looking forward to fruiting this year. So 2 special varieties that you got to watch to the end of this video so you can see. Of course, you can speed it up, but I appreciate you watching the video. So it's good you're going to learn how to graft dragon fruit. There's not many videos out there about this technique, so you do want to watch all the little nuances that I'm doing here. If you have to re-watch the video to see how I do it, then be it so. Okay, so these are pretty cool. This graft works really well. Now, I'm using young growth on the dragon fruit, but you can use it on mature growth as well. If you want to learn more about grafting dragon fruit, not only can you join Richard's private mentoring group, but you can also go through the laundry list of videos that Rare Dragon Fruit has created. And there's all different types of grafting that you can do. I watched tons and tons of videos about this. So it was very helpful to gain a holistic or like a broad range understanding of how dragon fruit can be grafted. There's many different ways you can do it. This is just one way. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I don't think there is a best way. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, so this is from Alex Tasting, and this is Enigma. This is a very special variety of dragon fruit. I'm super excited to be grafting this variety because I actually don't have this variety. When I helped Alec move his farm, I didn't get any cuttings or anything like that. I did get a cutting, but then I gave it to my neighbor, so I didn't get the Enigma cutting when I went there, and I regret doing that because I really liked this variety. That cherry flavor is so delicious, and I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy, after they bought their cuttings from Alec, their Enigma dragon fruit. It's a really good grower, and it's just fantastic. What's unique about this Enigma seedling is I noticed the leaves. See those outer leaves on the side of the seedling? They're humongous. I don't know why they became so big. So now I'm cutting into the rootstock again, and as you can see, I'm pulling back and I'm making that horizontal cut. Once again, at the bottom of the screen, you can see there's a horizontal cut and it's close to the base. The reason why you want it to be close to the base is because there's a thing called apical dominance, and the rootstock will want to grow based on its own genetics, and it will supersede whatever you're grafting onto. So you always want to get close to the base of the new growth. If you see any side shoots that come out after you're done grafting, 3 weeks go by, 3 months go by, and you see all that new growth, you have to pay attention to any new growth that is growing from the rootstock and take that off, because it will take energy from your seedling. Sometimes you'll kind of get busy with life and you won't notice that it's growing, and then you'll come back and you'll be like, whoa, what's this huge growth growing out of my cutting and my new graft isn't growing? And then you'll learn. But it's good to stay on top of it, but life gets busy, and that's okay too. It's not going to destroy your seedling, but it will delay its ability to grow. And if you do it for too long, you just let those rootstock new growth that's coming out of the rootstock just grow and not take it out, your seedling will not grow. It might grow very, very slowly at best. So it's very advisable to remove any side shoots. And as you can see at the very bottom of the screen, there actually is a small side shoot there that I take off later. So I'm just wrapping this seedling around. I really like to apply an excessive amount of tape. You can leave the tape on pretty much indefinitely. If you live in really moist conditions, then you do want to be cautious about leaving the tape on for too long, because it can develop some excess moisture, and the dragon fruit doesn't want some external thing on its growth. So now we need to cover it. I just have this plastic cup. What I've been using in the past is little paper baggies. And initially, when I first started grafting, I would cover the whole thing up completely. And Richard says to cover it for 5 days and then take it off. It's like for 5 days exactly, I'm going to leave it on and then I'll take it off. But you don't have to do that. You can just kind of like cover it to protect it from the environment. The goal here is to create an environment where there's no excessive wind. So right now I have this seedling that is grafted onto this rootstock. And I can't remember what the rootstock is, but it really doesn't matter. Whatever's growing great in your conditions will work well. There's a couple tips that I can leave for you. If you're growing a certain variety like a Selenicereus or Megalanthus variety, and you crossed with another Megalanthus variety and Selenicereus, then you want to use either Megalanthus or Selenicereus to graft. So try to maintain that like for grafting. You don't want to graft something that's like a Megalanthus onto something like a Guatemalensis variety of dragon fruit. So these are my successful grafts. This is from Grafting Dragon Fruit. I work with Richard Lee from Grafting Dragon Fruit, and we're hybridizing dragon fruit together. This Vietnam White and Assunta 5. So I obtained the seeds from Richard. He's the one that crossed these varieties. And each year we're going to work together to cross and specifically try to hybridize dragon fruit to see how we can improve the different varieties of dragon fruit. These are all the other seedlings that I have. Right here in front, you can see this is cotton candy, and that's pretty much it. So these are all my grafts, and I look forward to showing you my progress. I hope you learned something new. Thank you so much for watching this, and I look forward to any comments that you guys might have about this video. You guys actually just said, hey, can you make a video? You need to make a video on this, so I'm making it now.
Make sure you subscribe, like, share this video. Anybody interested in grafting dragon fruit? Thank you, Richard from Grafting Dragon Fruit, for showing me how to do this. I really appreciate everybody in the group there, and thanks for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing. Everybody, you mean so much to this channel growing and allows me to do and document what I've always liked to do is garden. So we're taking it to the next level here at the gardening channel. And next, we'll probably be grafting some figs too. So stay tuned. Take care.